Welcome to the Life Multiplied podcast, where we sit down with local community members to hear their stories and learn what they love about the Bloomington-Normal community. Welcome to the Life Multiplied podcast. Today I have a local entrepreneur with me. If you would like to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Absolutely. So I'm Aelsa Woods, and my primary entrepreneurial effort is Aelsa on socials. So I do social media marketing, social media management, paid ads management, a little bit of web design and SEO thrown in there for small businesses and nonprofits here in the Central Illinois area.
Awesome. And so you are not from Bloomington-Normal. I know we spoke, we met and had some coffee together. What attracted you to the community?
Yeah, so what brought me here initially was coming to ISU, but then I stuck around because of all of the amazing things that there were to do here. So when I transferred, I came here a little bit early so that I could get a job. And so I was here for a lot of the summer by myself, and I got to find out where the free concerts were in the park or in the circle, and all the cool little coffee shops that you can go into.
So many.
There's just so much cool stuff to do. So then when I graduated, I knew I wanted to stay here. It felt like home. So yeah, I've been a townie since 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, everyone debates, like, are you a townie if you're born here, or is there a certain amount of years you need to live here to be a townie? Because I feel like I'm a townie too, because I've been here, I've been here since like 2012. So that's a long time.
That is a long time. Well, so I only started calling myself a townie after someone who truly was, like, he was born and raised here. He called me a townie. And so I feel since he called me a townie,
okay, then you're in.
Yeah.
You are in. Okay. So let's discuss the businesses. You said you run social media management, and then I know we wanted to touch on kind of what you're putting together, working on right now, if you want to start and share about that.
So being a mom is a huge part of my personality.
Sure.
Anyone who follows me on social media knows I talk about that experience all the time. Yeah. And so even before I went full-time into entrepreneurship, I worked from home in marketing, and I was doing that right out of COVID with a brand new baby at home, and it was a really isolating experience, especially if you don't have... I mean, I have a support system here, but they all have jobs, right? So in the middle of my workday, if I needed a minute to collect myself or just to get something done, there wasn't anybody who I could call to come over in the middle of the day and just be with her so I could, for 2 hours, concentrate. And so I was like, what would be great is if we could get moms together and we would, like, cost share for a babysitter because it's cheaper versus paying that same amount for someone just to watch your one kid.
Sure.
And so that became what is now growing into the Blown Work From Home Mom Co-op.
Okay.
So me and a couple other moms, basically we calculate the cost of the childcare. We meet last month we met at McDonald's. I'm not sure exactly where we'll be next month. But
you're trying to find free places.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And where there's like a little bit of separation.
Sure.
So the moms, we work for 2.5 hours. We can talk if we want to, but really it's like we can just focus, and then the kids get to play with other kids and with caretakers, and then we cost share that. We split it up between the moms.
Okay. So. And so are all of the mothers that are a part of this group, are they local entrepreneurs, or are they just kind of doing their own thing?
Well, so right now, actually, they are. Okay. That is the case, but it's not exclusive to entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So if you just work from home, you work for a different company, you're totally welcome. Right now, it does happen to be entrepreneurs. Okay. But that's just because that's who we happen to have. And then even if you're a homeschool mom or you're a stay-at-home mom, and you want to get some family admin done, being a stay-at-home mom is working too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
So, there's a lot of work, and you can come and just focus for a couple hours and have someone else play with your kids.
Okay. And then you said you bring somebody in to watch them, but you split it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have like a ratio of how many kids per caregiver, and then however many kids are signed up for that month, then we hire that many caregivers.
Okay.
And they just watch them while they play.
Where do you find the caregivers?
So there's actually a Facebook page.
There's a Facebook page for everything.
Yeah. And it's like Bloomington-Normal babysitters or something like that. And so it's actually where I found my daughter's sitter, who's just a gem, and we love her to death. And,
awesome.
So I have really great experience with that page. So I just I kind of put posts out there, and if anyone's interested, then I do a little video interview. And the nice thing is, because we're right there, we don't have to run a super extensive background check because we're not leaving them alone with the kids. You're there. They're literally right there. So yeah, it's a great opportunity for people who just have a couple hours on their hands.
And then, so it's just for a couple hours. Mm-hmm. How many times is it just a monthly thing right now?
So right now it's bi-weekly. Bi-monthly, twice a month. So, first and third weeks. For right now. But this is like our second month doing it. So
I knew it was still new. Yeah. And you have a Facebook page for this or a website?
So I have a website and I have a Facebook group. So for the website, you can just go to aelsawoods.com, and there's a drop down for what I do, and then Bloomington-Normal Work from Home Mom Co-op is one of those. There's a Facebook group that you can ask to join. Joining that Facebook group then also puts you on the email list to get the information. And then I do have an Instagram page that you can follow that's just sort of fun stuff. So.
Okay, awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to share on behalf of that?
No, just that we're looking for moms and caregivers really all the time. So we have dates set for June and July, and then in July we'll set dates for the rest of the school year, or at least the fall semester. So do you want to touch on the social media management part that you do, or? Sure. I basically I'm chronically online, and I'm chronically online so my clients don't have to be. So it's kind of embarrassing, the trends that I know and the weird corners of the internet that I understand, but it's all in the name of good content to get build a community and connect with people online.
So are there any specific businesses locally that you're working with?
Yep. So businesses, I work with, we have like a local office of financial advisors from Thrivent. So they're one of my clients. And then sort of my big client that I do the most work for is the Heartland Festival Orchestra, which is actually based out of Washington, Illinois. So that's like Peoria area. So that's just a couple examples, but I've worked with other social media managers. Like they outsource some of their things. So I have some social media managers as clients. I'm familiar with the finance industry. I've done some like fitness merch kind of work. So I've had clients across the map. But my passion is definitely in the sort of nonprofit and small business corner.
And are you always taking new clients?
I am, yep. And right now I actually have 3 seats open. I had 2, but I had another seat open up. So I have 3 seats open if anyone is interested.
And we'll definitely put all the information in the notes so people can check that out. But do you want to share what you love about the Bloomington-Normal community? I know you're a mother, so like what do you like to take your kids to, and then also what do you just like to do on your own?
So I don't do much on my own. I'll be honest with you, Courtney. I would love to do more on my own, but as far as with my family, we have so many parks. Like there's literally there's a park every couple of miles. So there's always a park to take your kids to. The summer concert series, both in Normal and Bloomington, those are always really fun. I really appreciate that basically whatever you need, not only can you get it at like a big box store, but there's usually a small business that carries that as well. And so I really enjoy stopping into the smaller businesses, especially downtown Bloomington. I used to live right down the street from Sugar Mama Bakery. And it's probably good for me that I don't live there anymore, but I miss it.
Oh my gosh. I just had a Sugar Mama cake. I think I had it, like twice. Someone had one for their birthday. I had one for my engagement. And I'm like, it's just so good.
Oh, congratulations.
It's so good. Thank you. It's so good. So it's definitely dangerous. I get that. I get that.
Yep. So I think that really is it. And then I like that there's a bigger community here. There's lots of people, so there's those opportunities that come with that, but it's also still kind of very small town America feel to it. There's, farmers everywhere. And
Yeah.
it's so, because I came from a really small town and from a really big city, it just
Right.
feels like the perfect blend of a community for me.
So yeah, our campaign this year is focused on student retention. So we're trying to market this community to the students to let them know that it's more than just a college town. There's opportunity here. There's things to do. So just hearing you say that is just, I mean, there is like, you know, there's someone who wants to be a farmer. I don't know how many city people want to be a farmer, but like you can kind of find there's got to be something for you here. So the opportunity is, I feel like, and it's only growing. So getting those students to understand that there's more to the community than campus is our main focus. And this is why we do the podcast, to kind of have individuals who are part of the community share their story. So yeah. Awesome.
And I think, so here in town, we have those major employers. We've got State Farm, we have Rivian, we have Country Financial. You know, so we have large companies that if you want to work in that kind of a space, you can. But we also have a very thriving small business and entrepreneurial community here, where it's like almost everyone I talk to has some kind of side hustle. And it's so easy to run into people who have their own business, who are just killing out there. And so no matter kind of what end of that spectrum you want to end up at with your career, there's a community here for you. Yeah. So I think that's really neat.
Yeah, and I feel like just with the growing community, as we're growing, Bloomington-Normal is growing, I feel like the entrepreneurship kind of area is growing as well, just because, I mean, there's more opportunity, there's something for everybody, so starting a business with that or in this community is awesome. Yeah. So where do you like to go? What do you like to do? Like, where do you like to eat? Where do you like to take your kids? I know you say you don't get too much alone time, but what do you like to do?
Yeah, so I do like to eat out.
Sure.
We like to
of course
eat
we
out
do.
a lot.
We
So-
live in Bloomington-Normal.
I can shout out a few places.
Sure.
Like Blond WFH is one of our favorites. We discovered them when they were pretty new opening over there, and so
I've heard that from a couple podcast guests. I have yet to go there, but
so good.
I hear it's good. Yes.
I also really enjoy Level Up Coffee, so they're newer, but they're really good.
It is good. The vibe in there is good too.
Yeah. Trying to think where else. Oh, I used to eat when I lived downtown. I used to eat at Brass Pig all the time.
Oh, okay. Good. Very good.
So there's like I said, there's just so many different, like Brass Pig and Bloom WFH. You never put those two in the same sentence, but
it's so good.
There's so many options.
Yeah. All right. Well, is there anything else that you would like to share on behalf of your businesses or the community?
Yeah. So I think, as far as my business goes, I like working with small businesses to sort of hone in on their target customer. A lot of times as small businesses, we like to think that everybody needs our services, and everybody might. Right. But to really hone in on what is it that I bring to my target customer's life? Sure. Like, what do they need that I can help with? And so that's one of the things that I really love to do as a business, and this community is such a great place to do that because there are so many different kinds of people. Right. So you can really find a beautiful smattering of target customers here. Yeah. And so if you are coming in as a student, if you're looking to graduate as a student, there might be more diverse areas somewhere. Yeah. There might be, but I have loved finding all of the different corners of our community and how diverse it really is. You know, it's not you think of Central Illinois as being like Hicksville, and it's not. It's not. There's so much diversity here, and it's just a great place to do what I do and find those unique angles to talk about.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on the podcast, and again, I'll be sure to put your website and your social links in the notes. So if you are listening and you are an entrepreneur or you want some time during the work day away from kids, send a message her way.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to tune in to next week's episode, where we talk with local community members to learn more about life multiplied here in Bloomington-Normal.